Hey everyone, welcome back to The Philosophist. Today, we're turning our spotlight onto a fascinating thinker who challenged our very perception of reality, Immanuel Kant. Have you ever wondered how we actually know anything? Is the world exactly as it seems, or is there more to the story? It's kind of like watching a movie. We see what's on screen, but there's a whole world behind the camera that makes it all happen. That's the kind of stuff Immanuel Kant, a brainy dude from Prussia, think Germany, but with a cooler name, spent his life pondering. Born in 1724, Kant wasn't your typical party animal. He was more like a bookworm who loved sciencey stuff and thinking about the big picture. Unlike most philosophers who just sat around and argued, because apparently arguing was their favorite sport, Kant was all about asking questions and figuring out the limits of human knowledge. Kind of like a philosophical detective. For years, Kant chilled in his hometown, teaching and writing. But then, at the ripe old age of 57, which was pretty darn old back then, he dropped a knowledge bomb on the world with his book, Critique of Pure Reason. Now, that title might not win any awards for catchiness, but this book basically changed the way people thought about thinking. Kant argued that there's a whole lot more going on that our brains kind of filter and organize before we even perceive it. It's like looking at the world through colored sunglasses. Things might not be exactly as they seem. Kant's ideas were like a mind-blowing earthquake for philosophy. People were forced to reevaluate how they knew things and what it even meant to be real. He may not have had all the answers, nobody does, but he sure got the conversation rolling, and his work is still super important to philosophers today. So Kant basically asked this question: can we ever truly know reality, or is it always filtered through our senses? And he argued that our senses do shape how we experience the world, but there's an underlying reality, a thing in itself, noumena, that we can never fully grasp directly. Imagine the world as a giant, delicious cake. Through our senses, we experience the sweetness, the texture, the beautiful frosting. But according to Kant, there's more to the cake than meets the eye or taste buds. There's the essence of the cake itself, the thing in itself, which remains beyond our immediate perception. So, how do we make sense of the world then? Kant proposed the concept of categories. These are like mental frameworks that shape our understanding of the world, like space, time, and causality. As said earlier, think of it like putting on a pair of special glasses. They color our perception, but also help us organize and interpret the world around us. For example, the category of time helps us understand the cake existing before we ate it and after. Kant's ideas continue to challenge and inspire philosophers today. The next time you look out at the world, consider Kant's perspective. Is there more to reality than what we perceive through our senses? The journey to understand perception is a fascinating one, and Kant's theory remains a cornerstone in that journey. This exploration of Kant's ideas connects perfectly with our earlier video, Déjà Vu, Perception versus Reality, which examined the limitations of our senses. Just like déjà vu, Kant suggests that even though our senses might trick us sometimes, there's a deeper reality out there, waiting to be explored. Head over to the video to dive deeper into this fascinating phenomenon and explore more about the nature of reality.